So we good?
Yep, I
All right.
guess.
All right. So what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Scarfinger, and this is Scarcasm.
Woohoo!
Whoop. In full disclosure, last week I did actually break my mod, which really sucked. It was my cheap one, so like I'm not like heartbroken. Like I think I spent less than $30 on it. I mean, that's not really counting the shipping and all of that. But I spent less than $30 on it, so I'm not really tripping about it. It was my backup, but I did actually break it last week when it fell off the table at the end of the show. It for some reason it after it fell, it does not recognize one of my batteries. It just will not recognize one of the batteries, even though the batteries are charged and everything. I switched out batteries with full batteries that I knew. It just will not recognize my A battery. So that really sucks. Um,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I'm real stingy when like that would like any sort of money is like all like ugh. Like the other day, I left my spaghetti I just made out all night by accident. I mean, I ate on it pretty good that day, but then I was thinking, why am I all upset about this? It was like $4.
right? No, fuck that shit. Like for real, I, if I leave that spaghetti out, bruh, I'm still gonna eat some spaghetti tomorrow. That's it. It's not, bruh. The only thing I won't eat if I leave it out is like some seafood or some shit like that. If I leave that out, just good luck. I ain't touching that shit. But if I accidentally leave some shit out, I'm gonna eat that shit because I ain't in the business of wasting money. Now I waste money on a whole lot of shit.
Yeah,
Like I'm gonna be real honest. Like I waste a whole bunch of money. Like when I broke my mod, I bought another one. You know what I mean? Like now I bought what's called a Freemax Twister, and it's a stick, but you can take the tank off and put it on a regular mod. This mod don't match nothing because they ain't had no black one. This mod don't match nothing, so it's silver on top of a blue and black mod for all of the people who are listening and not necessarily watching. Um, so like it doesn't look that great on this other mod because I'm charging the stick right now. But let me tell you, this tank is fucking amazing. Like absolutely fucking amazing. I'm just like some old like weird shit. Like it's like tea cotton tea leaf cotton or something. Like tea extract or whatever. Instead of just being 100% cotton, it's like 90% uh tea something, and then it's 10% organic cotton in here.
right.
And man, this thing is fucking great. And I've been pretty much pulling on this since I got it. The coil is still good. I've been blazing through my Vapresso coils. So having this has been absolutely fantastic. I originally was going to buy some more coils with it, but then I was like, well, I don't know yet. Like I've been trying to buy this. I've been trying to buy a twister for a long time.
Uh huh.
But the ones that they put out had these weird, like funky colors and this like graffiti stuff on it. And that's the part I was just like, man, I don't want all that extra shit. Like, I don't want the funny looking stuff. Like, I get it. Like, you want your shit to be colorful and you wanted to have funky designs, but I don't want that shit. So like, let me go ahead and wait till y'all come out with some solid colors. And they came out with solid colors, all metallic colors. And for a long time, like I follow them on Instagram, so they've been posting pictures for a long ass time, and I'm like, yo, where the shit at? Like I can't fucking find it nowhere. And it just so happens that around the time when my other shit broke, that's when I could get it from Element.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and bought it from Element. Uh, and because the other place that I order from, they got all of the funky colors. They don't have the solid colors yet, and I'm just like, nah, I don't even want that shit. But but yeah, it's been really cool so far. That's I know most of y'all don't give a shit about vaping, but I wanted to say that because it happened at the end of the last episode. Was it actually on the episode or was it like right after?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember, but at the end of the last episode, or right after the episode ended, I knocked my mod off of the table, and now it don't recognize one of my batteries. So I had to upgrade. So man, how's your week been?
It's been pretty good. Um, Before this weekend was just normal stuff, you know. And Amber heard that her mom was getting real sick, and so she went up to the mountains on Sunday. And so I've been here by myself. And so they'll be gone for like a couple of weeks, I think.
So wait. You've been there by yourself, and you was an hour late for the show. What you not?
That's actually why is because I went with my mom to the grocery store because I don't have a car, and we're waiting on my dad to bring his Jeep for me to drive, and he was like in some church meeting, and I think he's still in it. So we were trying to wait for it, and we were trying to wait for it. I was like, Mom, well, at 10 I gotta at least go by, like, do this at 10. And so I went back here and started. I don't even know if he's, I don't see the truck, so he's probably still there now.
Okay.
So I had some things to get taken care because tomorrow gotta go back to work. I never
Right.
have anywhere to go, you know, today or yesterday because I had the spaghetti and I got me another meal for the rest of the week. Gonna make me like a big pot of Philly cheesesteak meat and just make some Phillies.
And we have our show title, Cheesesteak Meat. Yep, that's the show title. Um, but yeah, man, this week for me has been kind of weird, because at work, right?
Yeah,
This is the busy season for movers. You know, a lot of people move during the summer, but we had a few of our drivers quit. So so we have basically booked up everything that we can handle. So most of my day consists of me telling people that I can't help them.
right.
So it's the middle of the summer when it's supposed to be super busy and we're supposed to have all of these moves, but I don't have the drivers. So I'm just telling people like I can't really help you right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like and I'm just kind of sitting there most of the time. I was just I got to the point, what was it, Friday? Or Thursday or Friday? Somebody started commenting on a live stream, and somebody started liking my comments from a live stream from last year, and it was a band battle, but that happened in Maryland a year ago.
Right.
And then like somebody started like liking my comments from that. So I just said fuck it and I started watching that shit over again. I watched the whole thing from beginning to end. That shit was like 2 hours. And outside of having to pause it to answer the phones or whatever like that, I sat there at work and watched the whole fucking 2 hour band battle for no fucking reason because I had nothing else to do because I don't have no fucking availability at my job right now. Like I can't do nothing. Like somebody call and be like, "Yo, can you do this?" No. Be like, "No, you really can't do this." No. That's pretty much my job right now. Like it's the craziest thing ever. My job is to be like, "Nah, I can't do it." Like, bruh, I can't even. It's like the dude that owe you some money, and it's like, man, I ain't even got it to the 6th. You know what I mean? Like, because right now I have no availability for anything until the 6th of July. So like that's pretty much my job right now. But that's crazy. My daughter, I'm full time dad again. My daughter gets on my nerves. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. My daughter gets on my nerves. I love her. I love her so much. I love her more than I love myself. But she gets on my fucking
It's
nerves.
because she reminds you too much of yourself.
Nah, it's not even that. It's okay. So it's not even that these days. Like sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes I feel that way, but other times it's just like it's just I think most of it is just K-pop nonsense. I don't understand it. I just don't. And she's like super into it.
I know why you
And
don't understand it. It's because they're speaking Korean.
that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you listen to a whole bunch of music all day and like some of the stuff is translated, some of the words may be in English according to her, but like most of the stuff you have no idea what they're saying. And she was like, oh, I know what they're saying because it's they have a translation, it's telling you what they're saying. And it's just like, yo, they could just tell you anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't like the like when Ariana Grande got that tattoo
Uh
and she thought she was getting, because I guess the name of the album and the song or something like that is like Seven Rings.
right.
So she got a like an Asian tattoo or something like that, and it actually says barbecue grill. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like anybody can tell you anything. It's like, yeah, this say Seven Rings, right? And it's like, no, this actually says barbecue grill. And and like now you got a tattoo that says barbecue grill.
I would own that barbecue grill tattoo.
I mean, she a young woman. Like
Yeah.
if you a dude or you on that dad life,
Yeah.
then like maybe barbecue grill might be a thing because like you're a grown ass man and barbecue grill is something that you might be fond of. But like not if you a young woman, you don't want nobody to say barbecue grill because like that's a place where everybody's gonna make their meat hot. Like you don't want to be a young woman and want people to think, oh, that's why I'm gonna make my meat hot. You know what I mean? Like that's not how you really want to roll with this. You know what I'm saying? That's so it's weird. I kind of hear myself in the echo a little bit.
I don't know.
I don't know either. So but yeah, but being a dad is fucking dope, even if my daughter gets on my nerves. And she's currently writing a story, and she's writing long form, and she's not taking any of my suggestions, like none of them. And I keep trying to explain to her, like, I've been through school. I've had to write papers. I've had to write stories and all this kind of stuff. This is probably the best way for you to do this. She's like, nope, I'm just going to write it as I go. And I'm going to listen to a whole bunch of K-pop nonsense while I write. And I'm just like, well, that's just going to affect what you're writing because you're listening to this stuff. And like, of course, the story has something to do with the K-pop nonsense. And then she wants to read it back to me, which is like the kind of the coolest thing, but also like the worst thing ever is like at the same time because it's cool that she wants to share her art with me, like
Yeah.
because her writing the story is art. Good, bad, or indifferent, it's art and it's is an expression of her. Um, but like because she's listening to music with words, which if you're a writer they tell you don't listen to music with words while you're writing because you end up writing about what the music is and not what the full expression of your art. um and like there's a whole bunch of mess ups, and part of it is because like she's not focused.
Right.
Like she's not focused, and I tried to explain it to her, and she was just like, "No, I'm just gonna keep doing this." And I even tried to give her the tips that I've had. The few times I've actually wrote something, which I used to do it. I used to do it every once in a while, and I used to get a kick out of writing. Until I made a mistake during my separation, and I used to write about what was happening with me during my separation, and it all went bad. So
Huh.
then I stopped writing. Um, but like the two things that I lean on when I'm writing, I listen to the Heavy Rain soundtrack and I listen to the Mass Effect soundtrack. Those things, like something about the Heavy Rain soundtrack always puts me in a writing mood. And and like even when I have like block or something like that, I was a writer's block. Who the fuck is Brock? But um the Heavy Rain soundtrack always like gets my mind moving, um and I can usually get out of that. And like here's the biggest problem that I think that she is gonna have eventually. Um, she's writing it as she goes. She has no outline. She has no Bible. She's just writing. And there's a bunch of stuff like at the beginning of the story, which like there's a scene at the very beginning of the story about like what happened with a family. But because there's no outline, that scene makes absolutely no sense in the context of the rest of the story. It's a pretty well plotted out scene,
Uh huh.
but it makes no sense in the context of her story because she didn't outline it first. But the moment I say something is like it's like she's not even she not feeling what I had to say at all.
Right.
So that kind of sucks. But like I appreciate her doing something, doing something like this, and I appreciate her wanting to express this to me, and then I kind of help her kind of tighten some of this stuff down, especially with some of the words. Like she'll be like, "I'm trying to say this, but I don't think this word fits," and then of course, like expanded vocabulary because I'm a fucking adult. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you want to say this," but I was like, "No, you don't want to say that because like you're 11, you're not gonna say like." You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna say this word because you're 11. So, like, how about we come up with like a synonym or something? You know what I mean? Like something similar to it, so that you feel better about putting it in your writing, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to influence it that much.
Right.
I'm just trying to help her better organize, and do what she's trying to do. So, that's good. I finally did a painting. Technically, I did two paintings recently, and it's been a few weeks since I really did paintings, and I noticed that it's been a little while since I've actually done some paintings for myself. Like the last few paintings that I made some stuff for my coworker, and I made the paintings for the contest winner. Shout out to my man Cam. I still ain't sent them paintings out yet. Like I just keep forgetting. Like they right there. The box is right there. It's not sealed, but the box is right there down there. Over my shoulder. That's my fault. I I take all of the blame for that because I should have took care of this shit a long time ago, and I'm a fuck up. Right now, I'm kind of a fuck up. So like, don't like I got you, dog. But just like I'm a fuck up right now, so just like let's just roll with that. Okay, okay. Um, so I did a painting. I did a painting for Meef and Chris, and it was supposed to be. I was just going to put some white. I was going to make a painting using everyday gamer colors, and this was like in response to them sending me those games for me to play with my daughter and all that kind of stuff. Um, so so do you still got your volume on your phone?
Do I?
I
That,
just heard your I just heard your notification.
oh, it's like wait. Wow.
Yeah. Um, but so basically I came up with an idea how I wanted to do it. And like with everything that was going on with me, I kind of overdid it a little bit. Like, basically I put down a white base, and I had the blue and the green from the everyday gamers colors. I mean the blue and the orange from the everyday gamers colors. And I was just kind of scribbling or like putting streaks over top of it. And it was a cool idea, but I was just kind of in my feelings at the time about some other stuff, and I really just kind of overdid it. Now,
I liked it though.
yeah, and Chris liked it too because I posted in the Everyday Gamers
Have
thing.
you ever seen like Jackson Pollock? Kind of reminded me of that, and I dig Jackson Pollock shit.
I can't say that I have. I probably know it if I see it, but and I definitely have heard that name before.
Yeah, there's a movie about him. It's super good, and you realize, man, he was a dick. because he was like a raging like alcoholic and all this, but like
I can't really see that. It's not very clear, but I get the
there you
idea.
go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep, I see it.
but yeah,
So, but yeah, so I did, and I posted up the video last night. And that was cool to just to try to get back at it, because like a lot of circumstances around my paintings have changed, and it makes it a little bit harder to do. Um, so like I'm trying to figure out the best way that I can do it and kind of not be in the way and all of that other stuff, which has not really worked out to my advantage so far, but I'm trying my hardest to get back to it. And I really want to start go back to start making some things for myself, because making things for other people is really dope, but like I'm coming up with these ideas for these people, and like it's not helping me the way like just doing what I want to do would help me. And that's not saying that I'm not enjoying it,
right.
because I very much do enjoy it, but like my life right now is kind of a roller coaster. So like just trying to carve out some time and just do something for myself would probably be a good thing for me.
But yeah, the text I got was Amber. She said she came into the live stream, but I haven't. She said she commented, but I haven't seen any comments pop up. I don't know if it's restream is being weird or what. I got the restream chat, but anyway, we can keep going. You're muted.
I don't have the YouTube up. Hold on one moment.
Okay.
Oh, there she is. She's in the YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not getting those, so if
Yeah.
if she
So
comments,
so
you'll see it.
to recap, it's hey, where are you, Chase? Are you getting these messages? I just thought I would come in and say hi, but I don't think you're getting these messages. Sad face. That's on me because I probably should have pulled this up already, and I would have been able to see it. So I greatly apologize. If you're still around, I greatly apologize. That's on me because I wanted to go ahead and get this done because Chase is late as usual.
Yeah. Well, this time it wasn't really my fault. I was trying to get some stuff done, you know.
All right, I understand. I mean, it's understandable why you were late,
Yeah.
but you always late.
Well, sometimes I'm on time and then everybody else is late. And then I go do something and then everybody comes in and I'm like,
Sometimes you on time and everybody else is late because we expect you to be late. So it's like, well, I might as well not show up on time. If Chase is gonna be late, ain't no point of me showing up on time. He's the one that sends the stuff out on the stream. So like, why would I not? Why would I show up on time if I'm expecting you not to be on time?
right.
You've already set the expectation for us. You know what I'm saying? So um, so what do you want to get to? I have not played very much at all, and like I can my game playing over the past week can be summed up with one game.
One game? Which game is that?
I started playing. I moved my PlayStation to my new TV, which is over there and it's glorious and it's really large. Like compared to like the 50 inches TVs that I've had. The last couple of TVs that I've had have been 50s. This 58 seems massive. And I'm sitting closer to the TV, so it seems really huge. Um, so like it's just a little weird. Um, but I started playing on the PlayStation though because I had bought it when it was on sale for like $6 or something like that. But I barely touched my PlayStation, um, so I did start that on the PlayStation, and it works pretty
Start
much.
what? You haven't said what you
NBA
playing.
Oh, I didn't say I was playing NBA Live. I'm sorry.
Well, you
I
might have
play,
did. You might have did, and and it
no,
just
that might have been me. That might have been me. But I'm playing Live 19. I did. I did while I was waiting for live. I played a few minutes of something, and I can't remember it was because it was so insignificant. I was just doing something while I was waiting for um,
on a 5.
while I was waiting for things to download. I've not played Persona 5. My daughter has, but she's stuck somewhere and she doesn't know how to get out of it. And since I don't play JRPGs, I have no idea how to help her. So she just got stuck and just stopped.
Oh, okay.
Um so yeah, there's as far as game playing, I have been watching a lot of game playing. Um you know, I've watched a lot of like the usuals RimWorld and stuff like that, but I've been watching a lot of like games that I've never heard of. There's this one game that I'm kind of interested in. It's like it's a tycoon game, but you're managing a professional gaming team.
Hmm.
It's called Esports Life Tycoon.
East. Wow, that sounds horrible. But continue.
It, I mean, it's really. I mean, it seems like a very, very simplified tycoon game.
I've seen YouTuber Tycoon to where you become a famous YouTuber.
I actually have that game. I got it. I think I got it for my daughter, but since we're on a share, we're on a family share. I can actually play that, but it's it's the mobile version. I don't have the actual like desktop version, I guess. But I do actually have that game.
Cool.
And that's really the only thing that I've played. I cannot remember the other game that I played while I was waiting, though.
Hmm.
And that's gonna bother the shit out of me. I might actually turn my PlayStation on and be like, "Oh yeah, it was this."
But yeah, I've only really
Oh,
been
that's what it was. I got it. I got it.
okay.
I played the very beginning of the single player campaign of Black Ops 3 because Black Ops 3 was already downloaded and was already updated. And my internet sucks, so I had to wait for live to finish and all this other stuff. So like
Wasn't that game like to you like once you went back to it, you're like, I don't remember this looking so graphically impressive. That game was like really graphically impressive. Like every time I see screenshot, I was like, because I would screenshot stuff on my PlayStation, and then if I have deleted it, it doesn't say what it was. I was like, what game was that? I was like, oh yeah, that's Black Ops. Wow, that game looks good.
well, I was playing Black Ops 3, which is the most recent one though.
Well, yeah, this
So of course it does look impressive because it's the most recent one. You
what
know,
what's not the most recent. Most recent is Black
the
Ops
most
4.
recent. No, there's a 4.
Yeah, but it has no single player.
Oh, then yeah, because they put that battle royale shit in there, and that's why I don't count it.
Yeah.
It don't count. It don't count to me at all.
I'm kind of excited for the new Call of Duty, man. Actually, looks good. Captain Price is back, and I heard that it's got some crossplay between PC and Xbox. And I'm like, that's a rumor, but and your camera went out, but it's cool.
I,
But
I turn the camera off so you the people wouldn't see my girlfriend walking by with her groceries.
okay, but but yeah, that game's looking good. I think I might actually pick that up.
It looks interesting. I hope that it's I hope I hope it's better than the pre-release buzz has been. It's so far the reception hasn't been pleasant.
Well, the reception was, oh my gosh, it's too violent or something. I'm like, okay, wouldn't you be happy that a game is like realistic to like a war game is actually realistic and actually tackles like the horrors of war and all this stuff? That would be like the next step for a war game. And
Right.
they're saying it's that they were disturbed by it. But I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. Game journalists has been weird lately. like the one game journalist is like completely attacking Cyberpunk. That's like super weird.
I don't see. My thing is, I don't really know. I don't keep up with a lot of this gaming stuff
Like
because
some
I think a lot of it
some
is.
a okay, a white game journalist is telling a black um writer that his game is racist against black people.
Yeah, because the guy who created this cyberpunk thing in the first place, he's black, right?
Yeah, and he's like really in with CD Project Red to get it done and stuff, and to help. And he was like kind of going off like, how do you guys like tell me how I should make my thing or whatever, and like who are you to tell me what I should be offended or what I should be. It was weird how it
Yeah,
was worded,
it's
but
like how can you tell me that me being a black person that my creation is racist towards black people? Like how do you even fix your lips to tell somebody that?
yeah. And then they were like, because there's like a Haitian gang in it, and they were like, how they talked was like racist or whatever because they talked like Haitians with a Haitian accent, and but there was actual Haitians at E3 that were like super excited about it and super excited that their people were getting represented in the game, even if they were a bad gang. They just were happy that they were, but they weren't offended. But the white journalist was, and I just don't understand. Like, I just don't.
But it wasn't that a thing. Um, wasn't that a thing in Grand Theft Auto where like you had to do one of those things where you had to go on a killing spree and it was like destroy all the Haitians and they had to take it out of the game?
I don't remember, but yeah, there's been other games like even the game I'm playing right now, Mafia 3. I mean, there's a Haitian gang in that, and originally you have to go after them, but then you team up with them later. But no, it's just weird.
Okay, so I just realized I don't know how to spell Haitians. So hold on one moment. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Because this was like a problem at some point. And they ended up having to um they they yeah, it was in Vice City. There's a mission that they had to like patch out of the game, and when it was released on like the Xbox and the PS2, the PS2s that were connected, that they had a mission where it just says kill all of the Haitians, and there was like I don't think it should say that.
Right, and it's coming from Rock Paper Shotgun, which sucks because I used to really like Rock Paper Shotgun, like because they were one of the first ones to be like, review scores are stupid. They really like are meaningless. You know what I mean? So they would write the reviews. There'll be no score. It would just be how they felt about the game, and that was that. And and recently they've just, I don't know. That was just so weird, that whole CD Project thing, because they're the only ones that's really saying it. Like,
Right.
but
I I see. This is why I just kind of opt out of the whole gaming thing for the most part. Like it's just not. This shit is just not healthy. Like, do you understand how unhealthy all of this shit is?
yeah,
Like, do you know how much better I felt about myself in my life that I did once I stopped working myself up about every little gaming thing.
right.
Like luckily I made it out and I stopped giving a shit before all of this gamers gate shit started. Like I was already like way done way before Gamergate started. But like while people were like losing their shit over Gamergate, I was just kind of like, y'all can have that shit. Like this is fucking stupid. Like, and I'm glad I'm out. Like, is you know what I mean? Like I said, I mean, I've said it many times. I don't even like calling myself a gamer. I don't even like I don't even like that title.
Right.
I'm just a dude who likes playing video games, and I prefer to like stuff. Like that's my thing. I prefer to actually like stuff.
Yeah,
Like
that
there's some things that I don't like, but I'm not gonna waste a whole bunch of time talking about shit I don't like when there's plenty of stuff I do like.
yeah, that's what I think it's just the internet in general. It's not even just gamers. It's just gamers on the internet
No,
or
no, it's
people
not.
on the internet. I don't know, man, cuz like the people that are like that where they just interact with the things they like and ignore the things they don't. Normally don't comment on shit. When people are like, "Oh man, the freaking conservatives are going crazy or the liberals are going crazy or the you know, gamers are going crazy over fill in the blank here." It's normally like a handful of people that's like commented on everything. You know, like every time you see a Destiny post, everything's negative because the people that are actually playing it are playing the fucking game. They're not even on Facebook.
Right. Yeah, it's just one of those things to where it's like people I think a lot of people are just focused on the wrong things. Like, yo, I said a long time ago, like, yo, why are you you know, like, you know, within like some of the gaming communities and some of the like the nerd communities that I'm a part of, just like, why are you always so focused on the things that you hate? Like, is this really helping you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's is what is this actually doing for you? It doesn't seem to be doing much, and I hope you seek help immediately. But like this doesn't seem to be helping. So like, why do you keep doing this to yourself? Like I'm in a black nerd group on Facebook. And every once in a while, somebody posts something that's like anti Xbox. And I'm just like, every time I see something like that, all I do is I put the same statement every single time. Every single time. The console war is stupid because it is. It's dumb. There's a bunch of people arguing on behalf of their plastic box that they have no stake in other than the fact that you paid for it. Just in support of your plastic box. Meanwhile, Sony and Microsoft, and to a certain extent, Nintendo, don't give a fuck about you. And you are staunchly online defending your plastic box.
Right.
For what? For what? Like, is it really like really doing anything? Like, is this making you feel some way? Like, does this make you feel better, or it probably should make you feel worse?
Oh yeah, I remember now the reason that he was like saying it was racist. The the group of primarily black people were called the animals, and and the guy that created Cyberpunk, he was like, that has nothing to do with like it being black or anything. They're called the animals because they want they're augmenting themselves to be stronger and faster and like as like badder than like animals like badass, you know what I mean? And he's like, well, since nobody was putting black people and animals together that way other than you, so that says more about you than it does me and my work. But
Mhm.
so because I've seen that with like a couple people. Someone's like, I would be talking about something, someone would be like, "Oh, that's racist," or not to me, like something is racist, and I'm like, you know, you just said what is like legitimately their culture is racist, so that kind of says more about you. Like if
Yeah, like I had some feelings about what's that game Enslaved.
yeah
I had some real feelings about Enslaved.
yeah
Um and but it didn't stop me from actually playing the game. In fact, I wasn't going to play the game, but then Blue sent it to me because Blue was a fan,
yeah
and he bought it. He sent it to me, and I played it and sent it back. But like I had some real issues about Enslaved, and I had some real issues with the fact that it's called enslaved. A lady who it enslaves a, a dude who is bigger, stronger, and slightly darker than her. He's not black, but he's darker than her, and they call him Monkey. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's. Mm, it's all like a little is a little bit too much. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't really roll like that, like that kind of thing. But I mean, I wouldn't just like I wouldn't just put those feelings into to just anything. Like if,
and you
if
haven't, you were like, well, that feels like that to me, but you're not going to like go on social media and try to say that Ninja Theory are racist.
yeah, yeah, it's just like it just didn't do nothing for your boy. Like I was just kind of like, I don't know about all this. Like I get it that it's based off of Journey to the West and all of that other stuff, which has all of this stuff in it, which Dragon Ball is based off of,
Yeah.
which has a lot of the simian imagery, especially in the younger in the Saiyan population. You know what I mean? So like I get it, but like I was just kind of like, I don't know. And I ain't even like rail against it. I was just kind of like, I don't know. But but like my man's in them sent me the game. I played it. I I didn't like it very much, but it wasn't because of those reasons. Like I actually like took the time, played the game, I finished it. I just thought the storyline was kind of dumb, and the ending was the dumbest, which had nothing to do with all of the, which with my problems with the imagery. It's just like my problem was the shit was dumb.
Yes.
Yeah, this shit was just dumb. Like like let's be honest, Enslave was just kind of dumb. But it's so but like I don't really like I'm I wouldn't have made that leap. Like I wouldn't have made that leap. Like, yeah, these are, you know, they're trying to be like animals, and so they call themselves animals. Like if they would have called themselves like animal thugs or something like that, then maybe like it was hold up, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hold up.
I mean,
And
they
you,
all, you can tell that they're like, because like the main leader i- is white, and she is like freaking buffed out. Like she's, think of like 10,000 steroids at one time, type shit. So yeah, so that's what they're all about. But and there's another one called the Voodoo Boys. Well, the Voodoo Boys were the Haitian ones, and they're like a cult.
I mean, we typically associate voodoo with like Haitians and like in places down south where the Haitians would have gone when they came to this country, and you know, we I mean we already associate that with voodoo. So like, is that really a stretch?
I think that whole thing's a stretch. I think
I
it's
mean,
all just clickbait stuff.
didn't Disney make a movie about this shit? Like Disney made a movie about your beloved Disney made a movie about this shit, and you ain't had nothing to say.
Oh, I heard that Disney is wanting uh Respawn to tone down the violence in the new Star Wars game. They said we can't
I
have we can't have you like slicing
They
people in
said
half and shit.
they wanted people they wanted to like not have a bunch of like slicing limbs off and stuff like that. But like, bruh, that's a part of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, look, one of the main things that happens to all of the main characters in Star Wars is eventually the main character gonna get their hand cut off. Like
Yeah.
that's just a part of that's just a part of what happens, right? Like the main character in whatever saga, like I'm just waiting for this thing to happen to old girl. I'm just waiting for old girl to get her hand cut off because that seems to be the way this goes. So like what is we doing here? Like, you know, like I get it, Disney. Like you trying to like be palatable to your childhood constituency, but like, come on, man, this game already looked like the Force leashed. So like, you just gonna put the leash on tighter?
Unleashed.
No, no. This new one looks like the Force leashed because they already said that that you don't get a light side, dark side choice with this character. He is a Jedi, and he will remain a Jedi for the entirety of the game.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of ballsy though that they were like, "Well, are we going to be able to do this?" No. Why? Because that's how we wanted it. Fuck you. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, man.
It's what you call it. It's the snooty white lady being mad when she's in a restaurant because I fucking own your ass. It's that, like, that's basically what Disney is doing to EA and Respawn. Just like, because I fucking own your ass.
You're like,
Um,
okay. You don't want us to put lightsaber dismemberments in our game, but you guys made Song of the South, so I think we were owed some dismemberments.
I think they trying to like, well, oh, and then the crows and Dumbo.
Yeah,
Like there's some things, like there's like some real things in their past that I'm pretty sure that they want to like just be like, bro, that ain't even happening. Like
yeah.
I don't even know what you talking about, dog. What
Yeah,
you talking about?
they'll be like, you ever heard of the Mandela effect? That's all that is. That ain't never happened. It's just in your memory.
Uh huh. So like I don't know. It's just one of those things to where it's I understand their perspective, but like when you give that license, if you give the rights for them to make a game, like let them make a game.
Right.
Like you know what I mean? Let them make a game.
And
It's like
especially not after E3, he didn't really like. Then they see it, they're like, this is problematic.
yeah, because like you didn't see this before E3. Like you ain't got nobody on the Disney team that's just like running up and checking on this and just like, bruh, yeah, about this. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody is like doing it. Like EA will do that shit. Like that's the reason why. That's part of the reason why the anthem was so fucked up because the EA dude partially fucked everything up. Oh, did you hear? I saw a video by Clean Prince, and he was reading quotes from was it Angel Wilson, the guy who's in charge of EA,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
yeah, basically that dude is blaming us for Anthem's failure. Like, hold up. When did this become my fault that y'all put out a flawed game and you still expected me to give a shit? When did this become my fault? Like, for real? You know, I just wanted to play fucking Destiny in the Iron Man suit. Like y'all fuck the rest of it up. Like that's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was be play Destiny in the Iron Man suit. And y'all couldn't even do that right.
Right.
So fuck it. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I alluded to it a little bit before, but yeah, I've been playing through Mafia 3. I had I had
That's the one with the brother, right?
yeah. I had originally started it on the PS4.
And should I be offended by this? Ain't the motherfucker named Lincoln or some shit like that?
Yeah, Lincoln Clay.
For real? You finally put a brother at the lead of one of these games. His name is Lincoln. Like, did was Cadillac already taken? Like, you know what I mean? Like, seriously, you named my man Lincoln.
Well, maybe they were going with like Lincoln, like like Abraham or something.
That makes it worse because what is Abraham Lincoln most famous for? He's Abraham Lincoln is famous for two things:
Uh huh.
ending slavery and getting shot. Like those are the two things that he's famous for. So like if you did that in the face of like trying to be like Abraham Lincoln, I'm just like, yeah, that's a little bit too on the nose, dog.
Yeah.
Oh man, let me. I saw this article today, and I'm going to say this. I told my girlfriend about this, and she wasn't very enthused. Um, but someone posted an article that said like there's a lot of clamoring around here to change the names of schools and roads and stuff like that, things that are named after like Confederates.
Hmm.
And someone came up with the most brilliant idea ever. And it's like sometimes the simplest answer is the best. What's that shit called? Ain't that shit called like Occam's razor or some shit like that? Um, I don't know. It's I could be wrong, but it's something. It's it's called something where the simplest answer is usually the best. But someone said, "All right, so like you got Robert E. Lee as your school.
Right.
Your school goes by Lee. Like the picture of on the article was like Lee Elementary School." And someone said, "Well, just name it after a different Lee. It can still be Lee Elementary School, but now it's Bruce Lee Elementary School." You know what I'm saying? Like that is the most genius fucking thing ever. Because, and I was saying this to my girlfriend, like they was, I made a joke. And I said, I was going to change this school name to Ugly's School of Beauty. Um, Ugly.
Occam's razor.
But like that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was right. Fuck yeah, I'm right. um, but like most of those Confederate generals and stuff like that, they had pretty standard names, and like not a lot of them had like some weird names that you can't find another dude.
Right.
Like what I mean? Like
It's
there's
not
a
like we have like roads named Hitler or something.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not like you have like like in a whole lot of in a whole lot of Hitler high schools. Ain't a whole lot of those. So like that's not something that we have to worry about. But like, what I mean? Like there was there's like one of the Confederate dudes' last name is Jackson. You know what I mean? I'm like, cool, Jesse Jackson High School. Why don't we do this? Like, why can't we do this? Like Samuel L. Jackson High School, the motherfuckers. Like, come on, man. Like, why don't we do this? Like, we could do this, and we can do this on a grand scale. But I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this. Bruce Lee High School, changing Robert E. Lee High School to Bruce Lee High School, and changing their mascot to the Dragons would be probably the most awesome thing ever.
Right.
Like I mean, that just sounds amazing. Bruce Lee, I go to Bruce Lee High School. We the Dragons. Like fuck yeah, man. Like I would love going to school if my school was named after Bruce Lee. Like that was like, you know what I mean? Like fuck yeah, man. My high school wasn't even fucking named after nobody.
It was
So
just
that's some bullshit. They had like a dude who like was like the founder or some shit like that, and he was some dude that was on like the Supreme Court, something like that. But it wasn't named for him. So like I can't even lean on that as like some to be like happy about or some shit like that. But it's just I think we should do that. We should just change it. We should just change the first name. Change the first name, keep it exactly the way it was. Like I I used to live when I lived on the other side, like the main highway leading to the little offshoot street that I lived on was named for a Confederate general. And like I mean, it was a pretty there's a lot of black people and Mexicans on that side of town.
right.
So like, why don't we just change it and name it after a black dude or Mexican? I mean, I don't know a whole bunch of Mexicans with that last name, but like, I'm pretty sure we can find one. I look, I know a Mexican brother named Benjamin. Benjamin. And he prefers Benjamin. Don't call him Ben. Don't shorten it up at all. He prefers to be called Benjamin. The whole thing. You got to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. Like it's so like I'm pretty sure we can find somebody with that last name. You know what I mean? I think we should get this popping, and I think they should do like votes. And I think we should have a few votes, a few things to vote for that are kind of like gags, where we could just have some fun with this shit. Like, you know, like, we can have some fun with this shit. Like, if you want to change Lee High School or Lee Elementary School, Lee Middle School to a different Lee, I think Samuel. I mean, it was changing like Jackson or something like that, or like a Spike Lee High School. Like, I think Spike Lee should be on the ballot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why Spike Lee shouldn't be on the ballot. I'm not saying he should win,
I
but
mean,
we've
he's already
seen,
got a slogan. He's like Spike Lee. The slogan is "Do the right thing."
you know what I mean? Wu Tang is for the children. Like, it's one of those things that is just kind of works, even though it doesn't kind of work, but it works. And then, like, you know, like the Jackson can be Samuel L. Jackson. He needs to be on the ballot. You know what I mean? Like, there's some things. There's some things. And like Washington, like if you feel like Washington might have been on that other side, I mean, we don't know very much about George Washington, but like, have you ever noticed that outside of George and Martha Washington, all of the other Washingtons that you know are black? I don't know no other I don't know no other white Washingtons. Not a one. I cannot think of like and I've tried this
Maybe
outside.
his wife, like, and he took her name.
No, we knew she was white, but like I
Okay.
said, other than George Washington and his wife, I don't know any other white Washingtons. So like Denzel Washington High School sounds like a cool idea. Isaiah Washington High School maybe not be that great. Like, it's maybe not, but it probably should be on the ballot. It's probably not going to go because of what happened with him in Grey's Anatomy, where he, you know, he was offended that one of his cast members was gay, and then it led us down a slippery slope. So we can't really take Isaiah Washington High School seriously. But Denzel Washington High School, I think we can do that.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson High School, the motherfuckers.
And in Denzel Washington High School, the team mascot would be ninjas.
No, it'd be Monica's. It'd be the
Okay.
Monica.
Okay.
The Monicas. It'd be the Monicas. Or let's be honest, it could be the King Kongs. Because the King Kongs ain't got shit on him.
But then people would be like, Denzel Washington's high school is called the name of a monkey, and then there'll be all kinds of things.
It was not the name of a monkey, it was the name of a great ape.
And they're like, that would be even worse.
No, fuck that shit. Like, I don't want nobody to call me any version of a simian ever.
Right.
But if you call me King Kong, like I might be willing to let some shit slide. Like, I might be willing just a little bit. Like, I mean, that's just me being honest.
That's you being saying that now. But if someone said it like in the moment, you might have a little bit of feelings about that.
Not like if you call me like a gorilla or some shit like that, then maybe I'm gonna feel some kind of way, and I'm probably not gonna roll with that. But if you just straight call me King Kong, like that's a completely different situation. You know what I mean? Like, that's like fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, King Kong, like King Kong was a bad motherfucker. Like, so like why would I be like, I mean, like, let's be honest, like King Kong, and like, let's be honest, like his King Kong's biggest flaw in the whole thing of King Kong was falling in love with a white lady, which sounds like most black dudes I know. So like I just made myself laugh so hard I coughed. Oh, I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
If we're being honest with ourselves, like if you call me King Kong, like I ain't really inclined to be that mad at you. You call me like a gorilla or an ape or some shit like that, then like that's cause to be upset. But if you call me the biggest baddest motherfucking gorilla ever, like all right, like
Mm-hmm.
Monica.
But yeah, we trailed off. I was talking about Mafia 3.
Oh, yeah, for real. All right, yeah, let's get the Mafia out of the way, and then we need to wrap.
Yeah, yep. But yeah, I played it on PS4 and I got stuck on a part and I was just like, fuck this shit. And then I got it through some bundle on Steam or whatever, and then I was like, well, let me try this out again. So I actually got past that part, like first try, but there's still some stuff in there that's some what the fuck moments. But I think that's with a lot of GTA style games. Where
Did you kill the clan?
not yet. I'm not there yet. But I did kill the Dixie Mafia, which I
Okay.
looked up as the actual thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're kind of like the clan's little baby brother, I guess.
Word
But
up.
in the game, what they were doing was whoring out Black Lady. And they killed all those mother.
Gotta go.
So yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying the story and the whole time setting. I love the music. Just killing a bunch of dudes listening to Soul Man is pretty awesome. So I mean, yeah. But yeah, it's good. Enjoying that.
Shout out to the movie Soul Man, who was the most unbelievable story ever about a dude transforming himself into a black dude who didn't look like a black dude at all, except for he kind of looked like Gregory Abbott, and we let it slide.
Yeah, that movie is problematic.
It's problematic, but like I said, like if you know what Gregory Abbott looked like, then you kind of go, all right, we see why y'all let that slide, because Gregory Abbott he was a singer,
Yeah,
and he kind of looked like how Soul Man looked when he was in blackface.
right.
And so, like, we were inclined to let it go. Like, I'll tell you, look up Gregory Abbott right now and tell me that Gregory Abbott doesn't look like how Soul Man looked when he was in his Soul Man disguise. I just want you to do that.
All right. You're right.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? He kind of looked like Gregory Abbott, and that's the reason why Soul Man actually like.
Especially this picture. Jeez. If we could zoom in. Oh.
Yeah, he looked just like the dude when he was in blackface. He looked exactly like him. So like we let all of that shit slide because he looked like Gregory Abbott. See, that's some knowledge for your ass though. Like, see, you had never heard of Gregory Abbott before in your life, and now you know Gregory Abbott. At the very least, you know Gregory Abbott looked like Soul Man,
Yeah.
and he sings "Shake It Down," which is a old man anthem. That's another tidbit. Shake It Down.
It's an old man
It's
anthem.
it's bro. It sound like is. I mean, even when it came out, like when Shake It Down came out in like the 80s or whatever like that. Hold on, let me see. When Shake It Down came out, I'm trying to see what year it came out. Came out in '86. Came out '86.
Mm-hmm.
It, bro. He sound like an old man. Like, you know what I mean? He sound like an old man, and like old men love shake it down. Like it just sounds like an old. It's like sound like an old man song.
Old man song.
Oh, let me. Oh, I need to tell y'all about something.
Okay. Shoot.
So I finished that the Beyonce special I was talking about last week.
Yeah.
Man, that thing is amazing. Like, it is amazing from top to bottom. It's just like absolutely amazing. Like, if you even care a little bit about like Beyonce's music, or even if you don't, like, that thing is impeccably put together, and it's just dope. And I went through, and I after the show, I went back and I started it back up because I was only like a little bit into it. But remember, I had already listened to the audio version already, but I was only a little bit into it, and man, I really freaking enjoyed that shit, yo. I really did. Like it was like really dope. I think Beyonce is dope.
Cool. Oh, you know what holds up, man? I went on Spotify. I was like, I wonder if this band still. I listened to them. I was like, you know what? They still hold up, which is Seven Dust.
Know what I mean? Like
Because there's a lot of that new metal shit that like don't hold up at all, and if it does hold up, it only holds up as a novelty.
Limp Bizkit.
But
Definitely, Limp Bizkit doesn't hold up at all.
right,
Like it just doesn't.
it,
Like there's no part of that anyone should still care about. Actually, there's a lot of I found it weird. I was in a car. What was it? It was yesterday or the day before, and the In the End song by Linkin Park came on, and I was like, yo, the fucking irony where like this is like so many like young white dudes like suicide anthem, and the guy actually like committed suicide later.
yeah, yeah. I think you said that like when we were talking about that during the actual time too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just crazy. Like the dude, I mean, it was just weird. And I hadn't thought about it in a while. I hadn't thought about it in a while until it was on the radio. And I was just like, why would anybody play this song anymore? Like it seems like, you know, knowing that about the song and knowing what he did, he committed suicide. Like, why would anybody ever play that song ever again?
Kind of like almost like reading a suicide note on the radio, like every now and again.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like it sounds like a suicide note. That's why it was so many people suicide note. It's weird. Okay, I gotta talk about something else. I don't want to end. I don't want to end on that. What can we talk about?
Gotta have faith.
I really like that. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I like the Limp Bizkit cover.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it holds up as a novelty, but like it doesn't hold up as like, yo, man, let's all get together and listen to $3 bill, y'all.
Yeah, Okay, so I liked $3 bill, y'all. But significant other, I think you put significant other on right now, and I'm jamming. I
Mhm.
fuck with I fuck with significant other that much. I did not. I like chocolate starfish was just kind of like.
Well, I think that one song off a significant other is still pretty good. Like where the video is like they're playing and all of a sudden it's like they're getting like drowned in milk or something. Can't remember what it's called.
I don't really remember most of the videos, so I can't tell you.
I Yeah, that's the only thing I remember is the milk. But yeah, it was a pretty big single off the album. But I heard that song not too long ago, and what most of I liked about it is that I realized that and Corn to a lesser extent is like the other members are really good. Like the drummer of Limp Bizkit, he's a really fucking good drummer. The same with Corn. Corn's drummer and their two guitarists were
Yeah,
like they were doing some like weird shit.
yeah, because the two guitars were always doubling each other,
Yeah.
and like they were such close friends. And then when Head decided he wanted to go, he found God and wanted to leave and all that kind of stuff. It just kind of messed Monkey up. Like it was like that was my brother. Like we did everything together, including play our music at the same time together. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like and then like now he's gone, and that was just kind of weird. I mean, the drummer for Corn, like for the what's it called, Untouchables? Is it Untouchables the album?
That's a album. I'm not sure if
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
one.
But like, there's if you notice on Untouchables, they had to use drum machines during part of it because the drummer was using sticks that are way heavier than he needed to,
Mm-hmm.
and his wrists went limp. Like his wrists just couldn't handle it anymore. like like he had to have surgery on his wrist to be able to play.
Huh.
Like Yeah, like I remember all of this at the time. Now I don't, that's the story that I read at the time. I don't know how true all of this stuff is, but like, yeah, as I understand it, he was using like really heavy sticks.
I wonder if he made the joke be like, "Hey, look, my wrists, they're biscuits."
That's the show, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all listening. We're just gonna walk out on that one. Like I just can't. I cannot. I absolutely cannot. From there, uh,
You're straight up white girling right now.
I cannot, and I cannot. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all checking in with your boys every week, and we appreciate being able to do this for y'all. Go check out all of the people, all of our friends. Go check out the Digicast. They haven't done a casual conversation in a little bit, but we've been traveling. We've been doing things like we went to Water Country last week together, and then like this current weekend that just passed, like we went, me, my girlfriend, and my daughter went back to Water Country, having a blast. um and shout out to the homies over at EDG, um and shout out to the homie Meef. I see you, dog. And shout out to Chris. I'm not sure that Chris listens, but if Chris does listen, like, shout out to you, dog. I did those specifically for y'all because y'all did something for me, and I just wanted to show my appreciation for y'all in the only way that I really knew how. So that's the thing, and I hope you like it. If not, I'll do some other stuff. Um, it's just, man, just shout out to you for actually showing up today, because I was just like, it's an hour. Like, I don't think he coming. Um, I was like, damn it, I'm gonna have to do another solo show, which I can do. I just don't love it. Um, and shout out to the people, man, all of y'all. We appreciate y'all, and we'll be back in your ear holes with some more hotness, and the motherfuckers high school. Like, that's like the thing that's just stuck in my head, like motherfuckers, like hey, coming onto the field, the motherfuckers. Like, okay, we got you. But that's like stuck in my head right now. So again, we appreciate y'all. From the homie Chase, I'm Scarfinger. This is Scarcasm, and we're out of here. Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
Later.